Hi, folks. I thought I'd share an economic rant with you while I comb wool. I wanted to explain a little bit about economics. Very little. I realize they don't teach social studies in school anymore, so you probably haven't learned anything about the different types of economies. So I just wanted to introduce the type we have, which is a money system, wherein everything is assigned a money value, a number, a numerical value, and by that numerical value, we can assess whether or not it's an even trade. And in fact, we don't have to trade evenly because we just take the numbers with us, and we no longer have to worry about, um, we just go by the numbers. We don't have to worry about whether or not my sweater is worth as much as your wiring job. You know what I'm saying? Um, this system on the surface sounds pretty simple, pretty effective, and certainly it's been functioning for a very long time. It does, however, leave a lot of people out of the loop. People who are working as hard as anybody else are being devalued because um, someone's playing games with the numbers. Because the people who have more numbers have more voice. So there's another type of trading. You all know about bartering. Hey, like how many cows can I get for my car? Well, I don't need a car. Well, yeah, but I need cows. Well, I heard that Farmer John down the road needs a car, and he's got bull, and I need a bull for breeding. So if you trade your car for the bull and bring the bull over here, we can do a deal, and you can have my cows. And that was bartering, right? And it was challenging. I mean, if nobody wants your car, nobody wants your car. Whereas somebody might have paid you some scrap value for your car, and then you could have put that together with scrap value for something else, gone to the market and got yourself a cow. But now there's another form of trade, and it is the most ancient, instinctive, and basic form of trade that we humans have. And in fact, it continues very successfully to this day in a variety of places and ways. It is called generalized reciprocity. In generalized reciprocity, nothing is given a value. Nothing is traded specifically. It is. But rather, all surplus products are left in a central location. And all needs are fulfilled out of this central location. And it's not socialism because you're making your product, you're doing your labor, and you're owning what you have. No one's coming into your house and using your stuff. If you make yourself a canoe, nobody's going to dash it against the rocks, and that's theft if they took it. If you picked up a beautiful, beautiful gold necklace down at the market, well, in the first place, it's not going to make you look rich. It's going to make you look like you're the one who got to it first. That's all. Lucky. You'd be lucky. Maybe. Or maybe no one else liked it because you're the only one who thought it was beautiful. It doesn't mean you're rich, but no one's going to come and make you give it up in return for bread, okay? Unless you decide one day that it's the last thing you have left. And, well, you don't have to because there's bread at the market. So if you've got nothing to bring to the market, you can still go. You can still take what you need. And when you have surplus, after having taken what you need, you'll bring it back because it's a cultural phenomenon. Families still do this. Many, many peoples in the world who are not part of the modern economy still do this. Communities all around us do this, among friends, among clubs. There's a lot of situations and places where people continue to use generalized reciprocity. Oh, I got something for you. Hey, oh, you need something? Here, have it. Individuals continue to practice it with other individuals. Like, I had an object which may have had value. I don't doubt that it was expensive when it was originally purchased, and it was desirable and attractive. And rather than post it for sale and see how much I could get for it at an auction or haggling with someone, I gave it to somebody I knew would love it, regardless of their ability to pay or any recompense they might offer, it was irrelevant to me. The point was that the object needed a home, not that I need money. And I do need money. Make no mistake, I'm up against your nightmare. Your worst nightmare is happening for me. And I am using all of my resilience. And I'm using all of the psychological therapy I've ever taught myself to get through this moment. Rather successfully, I might add. I'm still not sure whether or not I will have shelter at all at the end of it all. But at the moment, I just keep reminding myself that I'm fed and I'm warm and it's not raining on my head. So whatever else may be going on, here now today, I'm fine. But I continue to be generous because I have to relinquish I have to downsize. I love that word. Because I have to downsize in an extreme manner. And I dislike money, and I dislike selling and buying and shopping and commerce. I dislike it intensely. I dislike numbers and math. And I dislike the attitudes. It's not even the conceptual stuff so much as the type of personality that I keep having to interact with when I do these things. I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of money-minded people. Just tired of it. And I have no choice but to worry about money in my life because I'm in a world that's everything is behind a paywall. I mean, everything. But I only need as much as I need. You know? And this kind of thing is what makes me happy. And I have lots of it, so I'm happy. I had this problem from childhood. So, generalized reciprocity. What it is a form of trade that does not require money. It does not require enumerating. You don't have to account anything. You don't have to math anything. I cannot tell you whether or not you could run a nation on generalized reciprocity. That's some pretty deep dive thinking. And you would take a long, long time growing from a smaller grassroots movement, such as free libraries and food kitchens, into a national movement. And it would have to start with small nations, because when you get up at the national level, you're dealing with a lot more greedy people, because right there in your community, the moment you start a free kitchen or a free library or a free clothing or any whatever you're going to do, clothing swaps even, like maybe you're going to call up everybody you know and say, hey, bring all your used clothing that you're tired of to my living room. I've got a full-size mirror, and all of us, and pick genders if you like, we're going to go try on our clothes. Call your friends, get them over. It's called a clothing swap. You all drag over your bags of clothes, you dump them on the floor. You have a free-for-all. And because you're friends, you don't fight over stuff. But someone will. In every community, there's that one Becky. I know you like to call her Karens, but I think Becky is a much better word. There's that one Becky that really, really thinks her need is more important than yours and always will be. I'm sorry. She's there, he's there. That person exists in our population for a reason. And we don't need to understand that reason for it to be there. And it does not need to be reasoned by a mind. It can be an evolutionary result that something about that personality offers the human race for survival. And that's the point you need to think about. The human race does its shtick based on what helps the human race get where we are now. And that has included every single Becky and every single bum and every single artist and all the queer people too. It's included all of us. And you're never going to change that. You need to learn to live with each other. Really. So, generalized reciprocity, I want you to think about it. I want you to think about the idea that what you don't need is considered surplus and can just be given away. And that if enough of you are just giving it away, there's going to be enough for everybody to have enough. All right? Start small. Start with your friends. Start here. Start with your kids. Stop trying to teach them to be accountants and teach them to be lovers.